Shout out to the parents who still provide love, compassion, support, help with financial stuff for their adult children. A lot of people have the concept that once your kids turn 18, you're done. But then there's parents that believe that once you are a parent, you always are a parent, and it just doesn't stop. And that's my mother. Shout out to parents like my mom. She's so selfless. I know a few years ago, maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, I made a video and I was crying because those are still my sentiments. Like, that's my feelings towards my mom. Like, this woman is selfless. Do you hear me? She is selfless. My girl don't even have to have it herself, but guess what? She makes a way. I don't even have to ask her to help me with my son because it's already done. That's not her child. I didn't go ahead with her on a baby. When I was sick, I had the flu twice. I had the flu in February and I got the flu. I had the flu last week. When I say my girl works long hours, she bring us food, drinks, went to the grocery store. And to know my mom is to know that she's starting to get set in her ways. So after she get off work, if she don't have her mind set on doing something, she don't want to do it, which I totally understand. But when I say she didn't complain, she made sure that we had every and anything we needed. And then this go around with the flu, same thing. Going to the grocery store, making sure we good. She's just so selfless, and I just really do appreciate it. There is not nothing that I cannot go to my mom and ask for. She is going to provide it. If she don't have it, she's going to try to make a way. And I don't try to take advantage of that. You know what I'm saying? Because I know she would. But it's just such a beautiful thing to have a parent that loves you. I see enough stories on social media where some kids, even adults, you know what I'm saying, because the inner child in you probably still need that parent, but some people are not as fortunate. And I'm just grateful for my mom. And she is the reason that I'm able to love at the capacity that I'm able to love because of her unconditional love. But not only does she love me, she loves everybody. Do you hear me? When I was growing up, I said this story before, but I'm going to just say it real fast. My mom would go to people's house and clean up for free. We stayed out the projects, child. And if somebody was struggling with something, I promise you, there are people that will vouch for this woman. I'm telling you. She would go to their house and clean up. I witnessed it. I seen it. Our house was like an open door policy. People would just walk in our house, which is the weirdest thing when you think about it, especially living in the projects. But people would just like literally come to my house. I know like the last few years that we lived in the projects, my mama let this like homeless guys live in our house. We knew them, we grew up with them, and they eventually became homeless and unstable and stuff. And I used to be like, Mom, like, can't just let everybody stay. And she's like, girl, it's okay. I can't have them outside. And she used to feed like, my mama is just a great person. She's not one to talk about things that she do for people. So she's probably going to be upset about this because when she do something, she doesn't want to get back to nobody else. When she do something, she's doing it from the bottom of her heart, and she doesn't expect anything else. But she would feed people. I promise you, like, imagine we ain't even really had no food. But I say all this to say my mama is a selfless, beautiful person. I didn't grow up with a daddy, but I didn't miss him either. That just goes to show you how loved I was and still am, and I'm just so grateful for it. And because of her, I'm able to love my son the way I do. But anyways, yes, shout out to the parents who are still parents to their adult children because we still need you. Thank you for still making sacrifices. Present day. Thank you for that. It doesn't go unnoticed. And this is for the grown-up kids that still requires assistance from their parents. Make sure that your parents know that they are loved. We just look at them as our parents, but they are human beings Make sure you know how their mental health is. Consider their feelings as well. Make sure that you surprise them with gifts and flowers and, love, or, taking them out to eat sometimes. Make sure they feel appreciated, because at this point in life, they're not necessarily obligated to still make the sacrifices that they do because they have done their job. And once their kids are out the house, it's time for them to live their lives for themselves because they didn't raise their kids. So you make sure you check in with your parents' mental health. Make sure you ask them how they doing. You make sure they feel appreciated. Make sure they feel loved. And you make sure that you take time out. If you can't do something financially, you go and help them clean up their house or something. Keep their car clean. Something. Just make sure they feel seen, heard, and appreciated and loved as well. Shout out to the parents because once you're a parent, you're always a parent.